Hi guys, and welcome back to the Average Cyclist channel. Today I wanted to do a video on the Bontrager NCS Fender. It's raining today. It's a great opportunity for me to show you how quick it is to put the fenders on the bike and to do a bit of a demonstration on how good they are out in the wet. So I'll go outside and do a ride in the rain later and just show you how good they really are. So let's get to it. Right, so in the kit we have this small bracket, and generally I attach that first because it gives us something to hang on to. So for this task you will need a 4mm Allen key and one of the cap head screws that comes with it, with a washer obviously. So I install this way around with the flange facing that way. Remove this small pan head screw, which is covering up the thread on the seat stay. And we will keep that to reattach the fender. With a 2.5mm Allen key, I will now remove the hidden fender mounts. I will now attach these fender mounts. I always keep the screw when I remove the fenders. I always keep the screw attached to the fender mount just so I don't lose it. So I have now wound in the fender mount into the frame, and with an 8mm open end wrench I will just tighten those and keep the fender mount square, pointing up. So now everything is in place, ready for me to attach the rear fender to the bike. My hanger is there ready. So now I can just clip the fender or the mudguard into the hanger, and it gives me something, it gives me like a third hand, if you like, to attach to everything. I will now loosely reattach the 4mm cap head screws to the rear fender stays. And now I will attach the 4mm pan head screw to the seat post. I've just attached the rear fender stays to the seat stay and the fender stays, and everything is like, I don't tighten everything up too much. I just basically tighten enough so I know it's secure. You have to be really careful not to over tighten these screws, otherwise you may strip some threads. So take care when attaching the bolts and doing everything up. Just tight enough is good enough. Let's not over tighten things and ruin our equipment. Okay, so everything is on the rear fender. It's looking good. I'm going to do the front fender now, and when I've done the front and rear fenders, then I'll put the wheels on. So the front fender also has the same attachments as the rear fender. It will have two hidden fender mounts at the front and one 4mm screw there for the fender to attach at the top. So first of all, I'm going to remove the two hidden fender mounts. Actually, that's a lie. On the Domane, you need a special screw to go through the disc brake mount. I've got a hack for that, and I'll show you guys right now. What I did is I run 160mm discs on this bike, so the bracket that attaches the disc brake is flipped, but I tapped the hole to accept a 4mm screw, so I don't actually have to remove the disc brake lower bolt to attach the fender. I only wish that Trek would have thought of that. And we try not to lose these little grub screws because that would be horrible. When I'm not running with fenders, I always put a screw back in the hole just so that when I do come to put the fenders back on the bike, I can always straight away attach everything without having dirty threads or anything like that. So again, first of all, I will reattach the fender mounts to the front fork. I will take some photos of what I was talking about my hack on the disc brake side. So now I will use my 8mm spanner just to nip up the locking nut on the front fender mount. So now I have the mounting hardware in place, I'm going to use my 4mm cap head screw and my front fender, and I'm going to first attach it through the eyelet at the top. Now I've lightly attached the front fender to the top, I'm now going to attach the fender to the fender mounts. I've now gone through and attached the front fender, making sure also again not to over tighten anything. I'm now going to reattach the front wheel and just check for clearance and everything's square and neat and tidy. It doesn't look too bad, but it could do with some adjustment. I'm going to attach the rear wheel and then I'm going to do the adjustments. Actually, the rear wheel is really good. What I usually do is I take these fenders on and off through the winter time if it's raining or if it's not raining, and the repeatability is actually quite good. I'm going to show you guys how I adjust the front fender. It's a little bit over to one side right now, so it needs to be tweaked just to go back to the other side. Before every ride, when I'm using the fenders, I just make sure that everything is nipped up, and because I don't want anything coming loose while I'm riding. So that's it. That's how easy it is. It's quite simple. All you need is a few tools. You need a 4mm Allen key, a 3mm Allen key, and a 2.5mm Allen key. And the hardware is provided by Bontrager. And as you can see, it probably takes, well, it's taken me half an hour today because I'm trying to do the video at the same time. But usually this will only take me between 15 and 20 minutes and it's done. I really like the look of it with the fenders on. I don't think it detracts from the look at all. I think it just makes it look even better. If it could look any better, I love my bike, and with the fenders on, it just looks like a real awesome all-terrain sort of like road bike. It looks great. So anyway, I hope you like my video. I'm going to go for a ride now, and it's raining outside. It's perfect for me today, so I'm going to go for a ride. I'm going to attach the camera on various parts of the bike, and hopefully we can get some good footage of how good the fenders are and how well they work and how they keep everything off your feet and off your body and everything like that. I hope you enjoyed my video. If you like the video, fantastic. If you want to subscribe to my channel, brilliant, that's even better. I hope you've got something out of this video. I hope you've learned something. Hopefully someone somewhere has got something out of it. So if you have, good stuff. Anyway, I'm off now. I'm going to go for a bit of a ride, get changed and go for a ride, and see you in the next video. Cheers. Bye bye. Crazy or stupid or both, really, I think, doing this. I don't know.